But we start with transfers this lunchtime, and Kylian Mbappe did not use his option to extend his Paris Saint-Germain contract before the midnight deadline last night. He had the option of extending by 1 year to 2025, which would have ended his standoff with the club. Our chief reporter, Kaveh Solokol, joins me now. Kaveh, the first thing that jumps out at me is this is no huge surprise, is it?
No, PSG knew that he wasn't going to extend his contract. They've known for a long time. 10 days ago, they dropped him from their pre-season tour of Japan and South Korea and formally put him up for sale. The only reason I suppose this deadline was significant was in case Kylian Mbappe changed his mind and decided to extend his contract, because that would straight away have ended the standoff with PSG. I think what PSG are particularly upset about, obviously they're not happy with the way Mbappe has been behaving at all, but also because they offered to insert a clause in his contract extension which would have allowed him to be sold next summer. So they said, look, as a sort of olive branch to you, we'll put this clause into your contract extension. Next summer, guaranteed, you can be sold, you can go to Real Madrid, but at least that way we would get a transfer fee. And I'm being told that he has turned down the opportunity for talks about that clause being inserted into his contract. So the standoff continues. Something is going to have to give, because PSG is saying the best player in the world is not going to play for us again, and the best player in the world is saying, so what, I'm just going to stay here until next summer and move. And we all know, everybody in the game knows, that he wants to move to Real Madrid for nothing next summer.
And he wants to have complete control of the situation. Of course, you fear for the reserve defenders in the French top reserve league next season if he's not playing for PSG. What you were explaining there about PSG hoping to have had that almost bolt-on contract, is that the loyalty payment that we've been reading a lot about?
Yes. As of this morning, Kylian Mbappe is entitled to more money from PSG. It is a loyalty bonus in his contract. It's called a fidelity bonus, and it's worth 60 million euros. But he's not guaranteed all that money, but PSG will have to pay him most of it. And my information this morning is that although he's legally entitled to that money in instalments, he's not going to be getting it anytime soon. So he didn't get a payment yesterday or today or tomorrow. But ultimately, PSG will have to give him that money. But for the time being, he's formally for sale. PSG are letting it be known. Any clubs out there, if you want Kylian Mbappe, get on the phone, email us. He's available for sale. He's available for loan as well. They want him out as quickly as possible.
Would that suggest then a bargain basement price? Because this is one of the best players in the world.
It depends what your definition of a bargain is.
for Mbappe, anything under 100 million.
Yeah, I think PSG would be prepared to sell him for somewhere around 100, 150. But the problem is, even if they agree, if somebody puts that bid in and they agree, Kylian Mbappe is still going to dig his heels in and say, I'm not interested in speaking to anyone else apart from Real Madrid in January. And we've seen it. Al Hilal put in a world record 300 million euro bid, and Mbappe said, I don't even want to talk to them.
Yeah, absolutely not. So Mbappe and PSG are at this loggerhead standoff, but there could be an incoming into the French capital. Ousmane Dembélé, where are we with that?
Well, PSG have triggered a clause in Ousmane Dembélé's contract which gives them 5 days to negotiate a transfer with Barcelona. Now, interestingly, he also had a release clause of 50 million euros in his Barcelona contract, which expired at midnight last night. And the contrast, I'm being told, between him and Kylian Mbappe, for instance, is that Ousmane Dembélé, believe it or not, wants to leave Barcelona and move to PSG, but he wants to make sure that Barcelona get a fair price, as fair a price as possible. You don't normally see...
Very noble.
Yeah, very noble of him. I think he feels that Barcelona spent £135.5 million on him in total in 2017 when they signed him from Borussia Dortmund. He's had a lot of injury problems at Barcelona, so he feels like he owes Barcelona something. So he wants to make sure they get a fair price. PSG are also in talks to sign the France striker Randal Kolo Muani from Eintracht Frankfurt. We know they've been looking for a striker. Harry Kane, they were in for him. Rasmus Højlund, they were in for him as well. Those moves didn't work out, but they are preparing for life without Kylian Mbappe.